Good day, Mustangs. Welcome to the third week of October. I know that we had mentioned how quickly the month is going, and before you know it, we'll be making jack-o'-lanterns and trick-or-treating.
That almost seems so far away, Ashton, but I bet you were right. It will be here and gone before we know it.
And before you know it, we'll be talking like a turkey, rapping like Santa, and loving like a Cupid. The year's destined to fly by quickly.
Then I suggest we take full advantage of each moment and strive to be our best.
Now, that right there, Taylor, sounds like a fantastic plan. I know that some of our third graders are already full of the swing of taking their advantage of their school year and being awarded for their good behavior.
Yes, Mrs. Berkness's class is here to share with us a little about their rewards and the hats they have created.
Let's take a look.
Barrel of monkeys. So what's that for?
Well, if you're Mrs. Berkness's class, we are rewarded for our good behavior and good work for getting a monkey from the monkey barrel. Since we have 21 students in our class, we have to get 21 monkeys, and then our class gets to do something special.
We each drew on our hats first, and then we decorated them with lots of colored markers. We get to wear our hats 2 Fridays each month and party days. It was really fun. We love our hats, and we get to keep them at the end of the year. So hats off to 3C. Well, hats off to you, third graders. Way to go on working hard already this year.
Yes, thank you for sharing this exciting news and keep up the good work.
I know that many of our students work very hard during the school day, and some work equally hard outside of school hours.
Yes, many students have a lot going on after the bell rings and the buses head out of here. Between sporting events, religious events, and clubs, homework, our student body is staying busy and making themselves a well-rounded individual.
Many of our students have challenged their minds, expanded their thinking, and shocked their creativity in one of our school organizations.
That right there sounds like a great description of something many students will want to participate in. What is it, Taylor?
It is DI, also known as Destination Imagination. DI has been at Tri-Valley for at least the past 16 years, and we formally call Odyssey of the Minds, which began in South Dakota in the 1980. And yes, that seems like a long time ago.
Yes, I think there were punk rockers, neon colors, and roller skating back then. I'm pretty sure there were no dinosaurs though. But just to be clear, it was a while ago, for sure. Miss Kendall, the art and gifted program coordinator, is in charge of this group here at Tri-Valley and is an instrumental part at the region and the state levels. This group is also supported and coached by volunteer coaches, usually parents. Let's take a gander at what some of our upper elementary and middle school students have to share with us regarding their DI experiences.
I've been in DI for 1 year, and I like it because you learn a lot about responsibility and cooperation. It's fun, creative, and you get to spend more time with your friends, and you get to use a lot of your imagination.
DI is nice because you get to hang out with your friends and you get to make projects and have fun with your family members and your friends, and meetings pretty much. We have meetings once a month, and I've been in DI for 3 years.
I like DI because I get to be creative and learn. That's it.
Thank you to the DI members and Mrs. Kendall for sharing this information with us. If you want to know more about DI, there's a sign-up sheet outside Ms. Kendall's classroom, and you can see her for more information.
If you are interested in putting together a DI team, there is a meeting training October 25th at the Harvard Library from 9 a.m. to 11. Please see Mrs. Kendall for more details.
Just imagine where you could go from there. Sounds like a great commercial slogan for DI, doesn't it? Put a little beat into it and call it an infomercial.
I like beats, like musical beats, but not sure how many creativity could get that worked into DI. When I think of beats, I think of music.
I can see that, Taylor. The beat of music is the kind that I think of too. Speaking of, I heard some serious beats coming out of Mr. Van Moore's classroom in those early mornings with his 6th grade students.
The part that threw me for a loop was seeing kids walk into his classroom with pots and pans, odd objects that your mom or dad might be looking for this afternoon, or even to make your family dinner, but figured, hey, that's what he gets paid the big bucks for, and Will probably bought himself some earplugs with that money.
Mr. Van Moore has brought some mad beats and some seriously interesting arithmetic technique into our classroom.
It has definitely livened it up a bit and made an impression on our musical talents in the classroom.
Let's take a moment to hear from Mason in 6B as well as Andrea from Preston in 6C about what they have been learning in music as class, as well as a little sound from one of the 6th grade music classes.
I think my favorite part about doing our stomp unit in music was when we did our play. The practicing was fun, but my most fun part was probably doing our introduction and stuff.
My favorite part was learning to use stuff that you normally use like around your house to make music.
The 5th and 6th graders have been experimenting with different ways to play music. Stomp. It is a musical group based out of London, England. They use things that would be normally not be considered instruments, such as trash cans, basketballs, and brooms, and they turn them into percussion instruments. The unit started with the students watching the Stomp film to get ideas on what they wanted to do. They have been meeting in groups for the last several weeks and have been experimenting with different instruments. The students were allowed to bring some stuff from home, and many did. Students brought pots, pans, tubs, cans, marbles, and anything that they thought would help their group. Some students even wore costumes for their presentations. Their presentations had to at least be 2 minutes long. This unit was used as a different way to help kids with a rhythm. Part of the unit that is a notation exercise where students have to notate the different rhythms that are clapped.
Well, if that doesn't get you all stomping and moving in your seats, I'm not sure what will. Thank you, 6th graders and Mr. Van Moore, for sharing this exciting learning experience with us.
Well, Taylor, between rewards, creativity, and stomping, we are headed into another great week of learning and growing here at Tri-Valley. Join us next week when we experience some library news and some upcoming reading fun and much more.
Oh boy, Ashton, with a cliffhanger like that, I can hardly wait for next week's episode. Thank you all for your contributions to Mustang News. Thank you all for joining us today. I'm Taylor.
And I'm Ashton, signing off. We'll see you next time on Mustang News.